The next person to step up to introduce themselves was the woman with the hood over her head. She removed the hood and revealed elongated ears that were pointed at the end. Noticing the glances at her ears, she smiled. "Now you know why I keep a hood on." She chuckled as though it was something that happened regularly. Laying a hand on top of her breast, she said, "My name is Celine Greenleaf. I don't know if you're aware of my people, but if you see someone with ears similar to mine, they're likely to be an elf." After introducing herself, she returned the hood over her head, concealing her ears. "My sister is a little self-conscious about the attention that our ears get," the man standing next to Celine explained. He pointed to his own, which were not as elongated or pointed, though noticeable. "My mother is a human. It's the reason why we physically look so different." Indicating to himself, he said, "I'm Raoul Greenleaf." Smiling sadly as she looked at her half-brother, Celine said, "We don't look so different." She stepped towards him and gave him a loving hug. Raoul didn't respond to the comment and just returned the hug. Seeing that there was some kind of history, James stayed silent along with his group members. Those with Raoul and Celine seemed to understand what the siblings had experienced and politely respected the two by not addressing it. Standing next to Mim, on the other side of the siblings, and the shorter member, an individual covered in armor lifted up their visor on their helmet and revealed a blonde-haired man. Placing his gauntleted hand on his breastplate, he said, "I'm Sam, a man aiming to become a knight." James looked at each of them before saying, "It's nice to meet all of you. As you already know, my name is James." He placed an arm around Maya. "This is my lover, Maya." Maya blushed at the way James introduced her to the other team. "I would like to thank your group for taking up the guild's request despite not knowing what the risk could be. I'm sure that none of you were expecting to encounter a rock bear, let alone two of them," James said appreciatively. As an adventurer who has taken on requests to search for an adventurer or a group of them, he understood that safety wasn't always guaranteed. The fact that an adventurer didn't report in on time, especially knowing the penalties if the search was unwarranted, meant that something, likely severe, happened. "It's nice to see that the two of you are alright," Mim said to James and Maya. "For those that are qualified, death isn't a permanent thing, but I still wouldn't wish it on them. Though, it's definitely better than learning that the people you're tasked with finding have left this world to join their ancestors." Celine bowed her head as she raised both hands close to her mouth. Her lips moved silently, as though she were praying for those that didn't survive. Mim also seemed saddened by his words, as though remembering those he was unable to rescue. "We were shocked to hear that you found a large rock bear print. From the way your companions described the size of the print, it was concerning for us," Sam said as he glanced at Adam, Peter, and Kate. "But because of their words, we were able to respond appropriately when encountering those two monsters," Naylor said, his expression grim. "I can only imagine what would have happened if those things appeared without us being ready."